Hi, hi, hello. I'm
Hi,
audible?
good. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Very, very good evening to you and hearty
Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, good evening, good evening.
How are you, Anil?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm fine. Right now, I'm in the Lucknow. Earlier, I am in the Indian Forest Service, so I'm under training in the IIM Lucknow. There is attachment for us. So I came here,
Fantastic.
and now from here I am talking. There is an issue of network here, so if it get disconnected in between, then I will switch off the camera. Otherwise, we'll continue with that.
Sure. But I am a little surprised you're having network issues in IIM Lucknow.
Yes, there is issue about Wi-Fi here.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know why.
Happens, no problem. All right, double congratulations because you are doing, in such a premier university attachment, and you're already a forest officer and such a fantastic rank and stupendous performance. Congratulations to you, your family, and to us also. I think somewhere BNK
Yes,
Academy
ma'am.
was
Yes,
instrumental.
I
We will
gave mock interview here, so I benefited from that also.
so kind. Thank you. We will talk about it. I want to know how our mock interview was, how it helped. But let us begin. So tell me about a journey of yours. How was it? And which attempt and background and why UPSC? It's sort of interesting to know.
Yes, ma'am. So I belong to the Buldana district, which is in the Vidarbha part of the Maharashtra state.
Mm-hmm.
And I completed my basic schooling from the my village place and taluka place only, and in again in a regional medium. And after that, I completed my graduation from Pune. There is Government College of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. After that, I got selected got placed in one of the MNC in Pune. I had a job for 1.5 years, and after that, I thought for going for the preparation of the civil service examination. So in 2016, in 2015, I joined one of the basic guidance and coaching from the Pune. There is one institute over there, and in between, I again applied for the post graduation from Pune University in political science and international relation in 2015 itself. I completed that in 2017. I also gave JRF NET and I qualified that. And yeah, in between in 2016, I gave my first attempt. In the first attempt, I was not able to crack the mains examination. In second attempt, I gave interview, but I could not make in final. Again, in third attempt, I gave interview. Again, could not able to qualify. Again, in fourth attempt, I gave interview and not able to qualify. So continuously, I was getting rejected or kind of a failure in the examination. However, after the fourth attempt, I also gave the forest service exam. Uh, and I was not very much focused towards the forest service. I am preparing for civil services, and that was my main aim. But I was not able to make in three attempts. So I thought that I also try for this as I was qualified for that examination. So I gave this forest service, and I got qualified in the forest service by luck and little bit hard work and luck combination. And after that, after forest service examination. Or after that result, I took EOL for 1 year, and in between, so I got married in November 2020, 30 November 2020. I have to join the academy in 20 December 2020, and again COVID was there. So I gave prelims in the COVID times only from my home. I was not that much prepared for the examination, but I thought that now already I am having a service, good service, but I have to try for the civil service. So I gave prelims. I got qualified, and I got married. Then I joined the academy, and after that I gave the mains examination in January 2021. And this year I was not that much means not giving a kind of I'm not having some kind of a burden pressure on me while preparing for the mains examination, and I'm preparing for examination at the same time I'm engaging little bit in the training and other activity also. And finally I qualified the mains exam. Again I appeared for interview and finally selected this year in the civil service examination with
Wow.
361 rank. Yes, and as I'm in the OBC, so probably I'm getting IPS. So
Definitely, definitely. Fantastic, fantastic, and wow, so inspiring, Anil. Not only have you qualified a very prestigious service, but also how you have persevered for so long. Fantastic. I am so privileged to be talking to you. And glad
thank you.
that you got married just before the pandemic happened.
It's a kind of
you
a
know,
lady luck and all. So I am just
Lady
thinking that
luck. Okay.
many people saying that as I'm preparing or giving my full 100% hard work, but luck came ultimately after lady luck. So that was the things.
Fantastic. I also got married just before pandemic hit in February 2020. And
Okay.
by God's grace, we just escaped that. So convey my congratulations to your lady luck as well. Say Priyanka has communicated greetings and wishes to both of you.
Yes,
All
yes.
right,
Thank you.
Anil. A little specific questions because this interview will be watched by aspiring candidates and many other people who would be motivated by your story. So let's ask a little specific questions. Since you have given so many attempts and you got to the brink, but you came back from the first stage. So, in this attempt, I think fifth that you qualified, what mistakes or what improvements you can say that you made in this attempt that you would guide the aspirants to sort of not make it in their attempts?
Basically, in the second attempt itself, I was very much clear about some things in the of the examination. For example, I was very much I got very good strength over the optional subject, that is I'm having political science and international relation. So in the second attempt itself, I got very good marks in the 300 range, near about 302 like that. So I thought that my optional is I'm having the strength as my optionals, but I am lacking on two parts. That is the I'm not able to score good marks in the essay, and secondly I'm not getting good marks in the ethics paper and in
Mhm.
GS2 paper. Means it though I'm having political science international relation option, but in GS2 I'm getting 80 to 85 marks because I'm going into the depth and writing technical things in the examination. So I think that was my kind of limitation, but I was thinking that that was my strength, but it is turning into a limitation kind of a thing in the GS2 paper. And because of that only, in the second attempt when I gave interview, I got 82 marks only, and I missed my final selection by 3 marks. So
Oh.
I feel that so I thought that I have to work on the my limitation like essay and GS2. So after that I got clear understanding by having look over the uh, previous year papers, and at the same time the first top to 20 rankers who are in 2017-18 who selected in the examination. So I had a look of all their test series papers, and I understood what are their strength and what kind of a writing they are having. So through that I got taken some points and I combined with my strength, and I overcome my limitation. So through this so in the very third attempt I got very good marks in the GS2, that I got near about 112 marks, 112 marks in the GS2 paper. But at that on that year I got very less mark in essay, again 96 mark only. So again I missed my selection by 12 marks. So this year I specifically, rather than giving excessive time for the optional subject, I focused on these two part. That is I prepared with having some test series with for the GS papers, all the GS paper. Again I tried to gain some kind of advantage in each and every paper by focusing on some areas. For example, I would like to highlight some examples. Like in GS2 there are some areas where we many candidate did don't give much focus, and they it become the limitation of many candidates. Like what I faced, like for example in GS1 paper there is a topic of Indian society. Many people are not able to write a proper answer, and many generally go for the vague kind of answer. Everybody is going to write good in the history and the geography part, but that again get limitation in GS2. Similarly, like in the governance and social justice, again that kind of limitation appears if people go for vague writing. In GS3 I feel again science technology was one of the kind of a limitation for people.
Mhm.
So specifically in the fourth attempt I tried for the giving. I am prepared a thorough notes about this topic on each and every topic. I prepared a kind of a what is the exact requirement of those topic and what kind of questions were asked from 2015, 14, 15, 16, 17. I solved or tried to analyze all the questions. I prepared with respect to those questions. I prepared my notes, and ultimately it helped me in this attempt. Ultimately, because though this attempt I am not able to give much time, but because of that kind of accumulated practice and with the test series, I this year I got good marks in the GS compared to the essay. I got near about 405 marks in the GS this year. And again,
That is
so
brilliant.
yes, ma'am. This year,
Congratulations.
yeah, this year there were no marks in the GS as such. Average is 380, 385. So I was able to overcome that limitation. So I this year I got in political science I got 365 near about, and GS 405. And again this year I got again normal marks in the essay paper, that is 118. So this was the kind of a strategy I adopted this year, and overall I scored 782 marks in the mains examination. I
Terrific.
got less mark in interview. I don't know what exactly happened, but this combination, but because of the dedicated focus on the mains examination and within the particular limitations. So every time it happens that we generally go for the routine revisions. We revise all the topics, give equal time for all those things. But we many times it happens that we didn't give a focused attention towards some kind of areas which act as a limitations are ours, and which makes a very trouble things act as a trouble thing in the GS writings. So that was the change I feel this year.
All right, all right.
Yes.
That's really, really a very important point that you highlighted about how each examination you sort of took a calculated approach, what went wrong, improved, and magnified your strengths. All
Yes.
right. So let me ask you specific question as to GS paper on ethics, the paper that we have. Now, you sort of, this is also confusion that students face because there is no specific content, or there is either too much of content available and they don't know what to study, where to set the boundary. So, how would you sort of explain them to develop a strategy to tackle that paper?
I feel ultimately for the GS4 paper now it is we are already having the 6 to 7 years of previous year's paper from 2013, 14, 16. We are already having all the GS papers. So the candidate can refer any book, any basic. We have to give for the basic reading, but about all the terms and terminology mentioned in the syllabus. There is no need to go thoroughly in any book. I will suggest any kind of a book for the ethics you can take. Then read the basic terms given in the syllabus of the GS4 paper. And after reading all this basic terminology, we got some basic understanding about that terminology. And then I feel after that, if we go for all the questions which was asked from 2013 to 2020, 2020, then it will be very easy to go to have a dedicated approach for the GS4 paper. So for example, if we see the kind of variation in the case studies, now in 2020 they ask very lengthy case study, but again the answer lies in the the basic strategy of going for the solution is same, but they have just changed the outlook of that question by having a kind of a lengthy paragraph in the GS4. But I feel here again, I feel if you prepare the last 7 years take question paper and have a basic reading, and if through that basic reading, if one is able to brainstorm about the whatever question asked by the UPSC, then it is very easy for the GS4 paper. And again, I feel very less time is required for the GS4 paper compared to other papers if we are having such a basic and dedicated strategy. So that can be a
Right.
very helpful approach.
Right, right. Okay, Anil, also a specific question regarding time management. Now, during the preparation of the examination, there are so many subjects to prepare. There's GS, there is current affairs, which is very expansive. And also during the examination, because the mains examination pattern, small questions, answers, subparts, etc. Talk a little about how you managed your time, how much time you gave to preparation, and how you manage your time during the examination in various questions, etc.
Ma'am, during preparations, again, as I said, for example, if we when we are knowing that what is our strength and our limitation, accordingly, we can go for preparation and writing strategy. Like for example, as I said that in GS2 I am getting some little bit technical and not able to gain the strength of that subject. So I practice GS2 specifically more. For example, I tried to write 4 to 5 papers of the GS2 only. So I gave, for example, there is a 3 month time period after the prelims examination. So one can directly go for 4 or 5 papers of the GS2 if they are having some limitation. Or again, if we are finding, for example, if it is happening that one is not able to gain a strength over society part or the science technology part or the, for example, governance social justice part or say per se polity part, so we can prepare those we can write those part of the GS2 paper. So through this one can overcome the kind of a limitation, and ultimately I feel at least 2 to whole papers writing will be very helpful in the for time management strategy. For example, if we are writing 2 paper for each GS paper, then it in a 3 month or then it will be very helpful. For example, uh, so in the examination, how I tackled to go for writing all the questions, and at the same time how to go for the uh, kind of a good marks in the respective subjects. Like for example, in when paper comes to me given in the examination, so I go for writing first 5 questions immediately, the 10 marker question. So after writing first 5 questions of 10 marker, I immediately shift to the 11 and 20 question, 11 to 20 of 15 markers. So I write 11 to 20 15 marker, and again then I come back to the 5 to 10, 6 to 10 questions of the 10 marker. So it is easy to manage. For example, in initial while writing the first 5 questions, our handwriting will be it is expected that it is in the start we write in a legible manner and in a good way. Again, 11 to 20 are very important question because they are having the 15 marks. So again we write in a good manner. Again, when it comes to the last, then we have to manage the questions in a very quick, and again you have to attempt all the questions. So over there I tried to balance through the quantity quality kind of a things and try to write all the questions. So it is so ultimately lastly in the last in the examination I was able to achieve 19 questions in a qualitative manner, though one question of 10 mark I was just little bit half, or I'm not able to write in a qualitative sense. So I feel again here here it is a strategy. So you can divide our strength and the respectively the kind of allocations given to the marks. So accordingly we can go for writing strategy. This can be helpful in time management, at the same time getting the good marks in the exam.
How many hours specifically did you take to prepare every day during preparation time, average study hours?
Ma'am, initially when I was I gave first second and third attempt, I was giving near about 11 to 12 hours. And after the fourth fifth attempt I was able to give 6 7 8 hours. And at that time I was just focusing on revision and just writing strategy. Earlier I was writing reading practice, so writing practice.
Okay. Okay, Anil, tell us a little about your association with the VNK Academy and how it helped you. How was the interview experience in real life and the mock interview? And you said that it had been instrumental in your success. I would want some points on that.
Yes, as one of my friends suggested me that VNK mock interview, you can practice that. So I just applied, requested, sir, can you take my mock interview? So again, so it happened that whatever questions were asked during the mock interview, I wasn't able to frame the questions, the answer of the questions in a proper way. So when after the mock interview, whatever suggestions given, I work on that, and I feel after that again I practice the things, and I was able to overcome some of the my limitations. So I feel the pinpointing out the limitation of the particular candidate, that was a kind of a unique thing I got, get here. For example, I gave mock interview to some other institutions also, but they are not pinpointing the things in a correct way. So was not able to get what is my lacunas and what are my strengths. So in that context, I feel this VNK helped me to pinpoint to overcome the limitations and give me give the interview. So I am very much confident about whatever my strength and how to overcome limitations. So in a sense, this was a kind of contributions in my success of civil service exam.
This is very, flattering and equally inspiring, Anil, that we were playing a role in your success. It's so impressive to hear that. And I'm sure there is an environment of celebration at your home. What about your parents and everybody?
Yeah, everybody was very happy. As this year it is means earlier I gave 3 interviews and it is happening that I was not able to qualify. So this year there was a very less hope because I'm already in the service. I got married, so everybody is now just they're saying that this year it's not possible because you haven't studied all that. But suddenly this result came and I got qualified. So everybody was very surprised because again it is kind of a refreshing thing that I got qualified in the examination. So it was very kind of a celebration and cherish. We all cherished, all my family members cherish this moment. And again, I feel through this cherishment, one get realization of kind of the happiness of through this success, and at the same time, the kind of a contribution we have to make further in the society, and kind of a responsibility now we are having. So both the sense through the success, this success gave a kind of a unique understanding of the self itself. So I feel this way, this success is very important for every candidate for and whoever is preparing seriously for this examination. So I feel this was kind of a uh, celebration and success after success happening in my life.
No, certainly, the amount of perseverance, patience, and you have worked how strategically on your strengths and weaknesses. It's fantastic. And you already are a forest officer. You continue to appear with consistency. And it's really inspiring. And one final question, Anil. You already had an engineering background, you were working in MNC, you had a career ahead, but what inspired you for UPSC? Was it somebody in your family who was into this, or was it some other experience, or your general just passion?
It's kind of a combination. As I was doing my graduation in Pune city, so in third year I realized that UPSC is a examination through this by which one can become a good kind of a civil servant, and within the civil servant, the collector and kind of ASP. These are the two known words which are heard
DM,
by
yeah,
the
they call
common.
it, yes.
Yes. So I heard, means I got to know that in my third year, because of my kind of education background in rural area. In my graduation in Pune, I got to know that UPSC is the examination which gives the opportunity to become a collector and kind of ASP. So over in third year, I started realizing this can be one opportunity to go in a kind of a unique way for realizing self potential and at the same time contributing about the society. And second is of one of the specifically a personal experience of my life, as I came from the village, and I saw a kind of environment in villages, like for example, the kind of discrimination, the caste kind of issues, the kind of practices, and the feeling of not nowadays these villages are facing a kind of a dilemma. So all that I just throughout my life I am experiencing some kind of a things which motivated me to go for the civil services examination after my graduation when I joined my company. So in during my company days, I thought that this is not my the ultimate aim of just getting money and getting rich and getting oneself in its own life. So I thought this all these things gave me realization that I should go for this kind of examination and try for that. That is was
Fantastic, Anil.
that was
You keep on repeating every time, and I like it that you saying that you belong to a village, and that's the humble beginning, and that's where you got the inspiration to proceed in life. What is the background of your parents?
my parent is there. My father is farmer and mother is housewife. Right now, again, we are living in the village itself. Till
I
that
think
we are in the
that's.
village.
I think,
Yeah.
Anil, why I am asking you is this: that we are so proud, the entire staff and the institution as a VNK Academy, that not only have you persevered throughout the years, but also you are going to be an inspiration, I think, for your entire village community. Because when people see you, they will feel that I can also do it, and that is where the message goes. And
Yes.
on this note, Anil, I am so honored and privileged and happy. This is a very happy evening for me that I got to talk to you. And thank you so much, and communicate my heartfelt wishes to your wife, to your parents, and also to your entire village. There must be
Yes,
celebration. You are,
yes,
of course, I think the common words there are collector and DM, but do they understand what is a IPS officer?
yes, they know SP, that is district SP. So
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, fantastic. All right, I wish you all the best, and we will
thank you so much
soon
for
meet
giving this
sometime.
opportunity.
My pleasure, absolutely. And we'll see you sometime and talk again. See you in uniform. Yes?
Yes, yes, definitely, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Anil, enjoy your stay at IIM. Wish you heartfelt congratulations once again and have a very, very good, happy married life ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.